Welcome everyone to another episode of Follow the Light Music Review. My name is John DeLaurentis, and this is episode 3 in my album review series. And we're going to be looking at an album that, if you've seen my other video on the channel of my top 15 best albums for 2024 in rock metal, you'll know that this particular album came in at the number 1 spot. So we're going to be looking at the album in more depth in this album review. And I just recently got the vinyl copy of the album, a couple vinyl copies of the album that I've been waiting for. They were delayed for a while, a few months, and they finally came in. So we're going to look at those together. So before we get started, I would like to encourage you to please subscribe to the channel, comment below on the video of what you think. And also ring the bell for notifications so you can stay up to date on new episodes that are posted on the channel. I would really appreciate that. So today we're going to be looking at an album by a progressive rock band that's new. This is their debut album, EchoVerse. You can see I'm wearing the shirt too. Whispers Between Worlds. And just let you see the CD here. This is the CD version. This is the version I got. Opens up with some band credits. It folds out with the lyrics. I got the CD currently in my CD player. And great proggy album cover. I love it. You look at it and it's definitely a prog rock album cover when you look at it. And also really cool graphics there on the back. And this album just... I'll tell you a little bit of story how I discovered this band. Was I was online and I saw a Kickstarter notification for this band, EchoVerse, and they had posted a video, which is the opening track on the album, called "Not Like the Other," and I watched the video and I was blown away. I said, this is a sound that I love because I'm a huge prog rock fan. And I listened to it. The musicianship was top notch across the board, and it just drew me in. And so I supported the Kickstarter, and I was really hoping it was going to reach its goal, and it did reach its goal. And so the album was put into production, and the band did this independently. And it, I ordered it on the Kickstarter. I went for the package, which included, in the original Kickstarter, I went for the vinyl, the CD, and that was it for the initial thing. And so the CD came in. I got the CD. I started listening to it, and it just became one of those albums that I was listening to over and over and over again, and the songs would be playing in my head. I'd get up in the morning, songs from the album were there. I'd be walking at work, songs from the album would be going through my head because it's that good, and I've listened to it over and over again. And like I said, I recently got the vinyl version of it, so I'm going to talk about that, and I listened to it on vinyl, and I'll tell you my impressions of that as well, hearing it for the first time on vinyl. But this album just captivated me, just top notch all the way. And so after the Kickstarter ended and there was funding, the band set up a Bandcamp page, and I went forward and I ordered their deluxe package, which included a colored vinyl and a t-shirt, and also this CD. And I love this album so much, I bought several additional copies to give away as Christmas gifts to give to people. That's how much I wanted people to hear this music and just hear how great this band is. So, like I said, without a doubt, it was the album I played the most in 2024, and it rose to the top spot to my number 1 favorite album of 2024. And I'm going to say right now, before I even get into the album, that this album is so good to me in terms of how much I love it, that if I was compiling a list of my Desert Island discs, guess what? This album would be on the list. And you may not think of an album that just came out in 2024 would qualify for that status, but that's how great this album is to me, that this would be a Desert Island disc for sure for me. And like I said, I'm a huge prog rock fan, and this album is right up there, one of my all-time favorite prog rock albums. And I'm just looking forward so much for the band to come out with a second album, which I know they're in works right now, recording for that. And so I'm really anticipating that coming out, and hopefully that will come out in 2025. So let's get into the album. So you saw the CD on my other video when it came in #1. So I want to spend some time looking at the vinyl version here. So I got this, I had one of 2 copies. I ordered an extra copy as a gift. And so I wanted to show you the vinyl that came in. All right, so this is the vinyl. And if you look here on the sticker there, you'll see this is the #1 of only 20 copies of this pressed up worldwide. And this is a very interesting splatter configuration here. It's called on the hype sticker, it says it's the Enceladus and Ganymede colors. All right, so it's a double album. So one of the vinyl records is the Enceladus color, splatter color, and the other one is the Ganymede. And those, if you don't know, Enceladus is the 6th largest moon of Saturn, also a figure in Greek mythology, and Ganymede is Jupiter's largest moon and the largest in the solar system. So interesting choices for it. So I got this. It has the sleeve on here with the numbering on it, so of course I'm keeping that. Here's a nice big artwork, and that's what's great about vinyl is the CDs are great. I'm more of a CD person than a vinyl person, but the vinyl, you can see the picture really huge in back cover. All right, so this is a double album. It's not a gatefold, so I'm going to take this out and I'm going to show you. This actually came in a white paper sleeve. I've switched it over to a poly sleeve to protect it a little bit more. But look at this color here. Look at that. That's the Enceladus color, I guess, because this is the side A and side B of it, or is this the side A and side D? Actually, this is the way I put it in. This is side C and D, so this would be the Ganymede, all right? But look at that. Look at that splatter. Really cool. And now let's look at the side A and side B, which would be the Enceladus color. Again, I put this in my poly sleeve to protect it better. Look at that. Isn't that cool? That's the Enceladus color for side A and side B of it. And then it comes inside here. I think it's still in here. There is an insert with all the lyrics and some credits here. And just so you know who is playing on here, this is Doug Bowers, keyboards, bass, guitars, and vocals. Kyle Graves on lead vocals. Rob Perez on rhythm and lead guitar. And Kyle Fagala on drums and vocals. So that's the band that makes up this. And there's also some horns on here on one of the songs we'll talk about here. And I do believe those are also handled by Doug Bauer. He's like a multi-instrumentalist, one of those musical geniuses. But the whole band, you got to be good musicians to play prog rock. This is not simple music. This is complex music. Music that demands repeated listenings, music that has layers and complexities in it. So you have to really be top of the line on your instruments, and they are, all of them on here. So, like I said, I'm going to show you the other variant in a minute, but I'm gonna just go over some of the songs here in the album review, since we're doing a review here, and I don't want this video to go on for too long. We're already at the almost 10-minute mark. But it opens up for that song that I first heard, not like the other, which had this great video, and it's about this song about two people that say they're Christians, but one is not like the other. One is this flashy Christian who posts on Instagram, posts everything he's doing, and is basically almost being like a Pharisee, praising and boasting about what he's doing for the Lord, and look at me. But the other one is the humble Christian who's serving God without the fanfare or without trying to put the spotlight on themselves. So really good message in that opening song. Opens up with this great hook and great keyboards in there, and the vocals are fantastic. This goes on to, and that I would say is more of the commercial type song in there. You know, like prog rock usually doesn't have singles. Of course, there are singles that are released, but usually they're edited down. We think of maybe Yes, remember Fragile coming out, and some of the singles that came out from some of the prog bands are usually edited down because they're usually lengthy songs is one of the trademarks of prog rock. And that's not, there's definitely one on here that's going to fit that really to the utmost here. Sins of the Father is the second track. This is a great song. Sins of the Father, now who's to blame? Sins of the Father, pass down the shame. This is a really good song that opens up with this very unique guitar riff in there, and just really strong song. This is followed by Feelings of Grey, and this is another really lyrically good song. Spinning backwards, feeling drained, it's what I do to me, it's always the same, crawling under through the dirt, in spite of mercy, I am causing this hurt. Screaming inward to die again, my deeds won't save me, only you as my friend, and you referring to Christ. So it's talking about the struggle of the flesh and the spirit, and a really good song on here. Then this goes into this song called Empty. Now this starts off kind of like this mellow type song and just builds up into this kind of orchestral feeling to it. And it's really strong in terms of lyrics as well. I mean, these lyrics are really thought out and very well done. And the chorus here, I'll just read you the chorus here. I know this empty room's too real. It doesn't matter what I think or feel. I know I'm reaching for the sun, but inside this empty room, he's gone. All right. So again, another song of kind of struggle. I know the empty tomb is real. It doesn't matter what you think or feel. I know I'm reaching for the sun. Inside this empty tomb, it's done. Really strong. Like I said, kind of softer, kind of ballad structure that builds up here. Then the album, in true prog fashion, has a very lengthy 30-minute, yes, that's correct, 30-minute epic called The War Within, broken up into multiple parts on here. And first part's called Walk Away. Something Sinister This Way Comes is part 2. The Devil in My Ear is part 3. Pushback is part 4. Now part 5. Final Conflict part 6. Back Where I Belong part 7. I Know It's You part 8. And part 9, The War Within. And this just goes through so many musical avenues. And Rob Perez, I just absolutely love his guitar tone on here. The guitar solos, the sound of his guitar. Some guitarists, you hear them and they have this distinct sound. And I think he has a really distinct guitar sound on here, and the guitar solos on here. The guitar solos are melodic. You know, it's not like a race for speed or anything like that. All these guitar solos in this 30-minute epic just fit into this melodic structure. Beautiful, you know. Yeah, is there some speed in there? Yes, there is, but it's not speed for speed's sake. It's really good. Drumming, fantastic. Kyle really drumming out his heart. Really strong drum on here. Not just basic drums, but really complex drum beats on here. The bass from Ken Bowers, I think it is. Let me just make sure I get the right. Doug Bowers. Yeah, Doug Bowers. And there's 2 Kyles in the band. There's the lead singer, Kyle Graves, and then there's the drummer, Kyle on Kyle Fagala. But Doug Bowers, keyboards, bass, and also plays some guitars. And like I said, I think he also handles the horns on here. Absolutely incredible. And if you like the music of Yes, if you're a fan of like Close to the Edge, you know, that kind of complex thing, you'll love this song. It just goes through in so many different movements as it tells this whole story of the battle. And it's just a fantastic 30-minute epic. And on the album, of course, 30 minutes can't fit on one side of an album. So it's broken up across the sides, but there's no loss of continuity because the songs go into these different segments here. Then it ends with another song called Walk Alone, another really, really, really strong song. Let me give you a little bit of the chorus here. Are the plans you have made strictly set in stone? Can they move? Are they easy, or will you just walk alone? Are the plans you have made set in hardened stone, or will you just walk alone, walk alone? So kind of like an appeal to someone to reach out. And just another really, really, really strong track on here that just draws you in with the music and the message here. And then on the album, they do have some single versions. So after Walk Alone, if you look here on the back cover, you'll see tracks 7 through 9 are pieces of that 30-minute epic that are kind of like single versions of it, although they're quite lengthy too. One of them, I Walk Away, is over 5 minutes. Final Conflict is over 6 minutes, and then Push Back, that one's like 3:25. Those are 3 kind of single versions of tracks from the 30-minute epic here. And then the album ends with this Beatles cover, Eleanor Rigby. So Eleanor Rigby, of course, an iconic Beatles song. Everyone, pretty much, if you know the Beatles, that's one of their iconic songs that you've heard so many times. So what new could you bring to the table doing that song? Well, I have to tell you, EchoVerse puts a prog rock spin on it, opens up with this spoken word in the very beginning and an ending, and then they just do this great version of it. And vocally, I mean, they're all doing these great harmonies in here and just making that a great ending to a fantastic album. So I can't say enough about this album. Without a doubt, it's a 5 out of 5-star album. Like I said, one of the best, in my opinion, in 2024, my number one pick, a desert island pick for sure. So this album is still available on Bandcamp. In fact, what the band has done, which is neat, is they have put out a whole bunch of vinyl color variants. Some of them are already sold out because there was only one of one pressed up. Some are one of 20. They're very limited. So if you want a vinyl copy, a variant vinyl copy, and you have some bucks to spend because they're kind of a little bit on the expensive side, some of them are already sold out. You can get some of these very special versions of it. Or you can just go for, if you want to spend, I think it's $125 for some of them. So that's it. They're collectible. They're never be. Once they're gone, and they're a particular vinyl variant. But if you want to bypass that and you want to get the package, you can get the package, the fan package on there, where you get the vinyl, you get the CD, a shirt, and then there's also I also got this. I'm going to show you these 2 things too. I got this cool signed picture of the band, which you've probably seen in a lot of my videos because I have it up on the shelf, and this nice little sticker here, as well as this shirt as well, which this is a really, really comfy shirt. Very, very good fabric, feels really good. So that is the album, and before I end the video, I do want to show you another variant version. This is the green and orange version, and there were only 100 of these made worldwide. And let me open this up so you can see. It's another version for the colors. And again, this is what you'll get in, and you'll get it in this white sleeve here, like I said, which I've transferred over. But look at the colors there, almost like a creamsicle orange there. And let's look at the second one. This, of course, has the vinyl sleeve in there with all your lyrics. And then you can look at this one here. Look, nice green color. So this one, like I said, of 100. So I believe there's still copies of this variant on the the Bandcamp website. So if you want this on vinyl and you really want a collectible version of it, you can get one of the collectible versions that's still there. They're, like I said, some of them are already gone. They're already sold out. Now, I rarely say this because I'm a CD person, and I know technically, and it basically comes down to preference, but I usually like the CD version of something better in terms of sound quality. You don't have to worry about surface noise or pops and clicks or any of that. But I should mention on this, I didn't listen to this one, the green and orange variant, but I listened to all four sides of this particular variant, the Enceladus and Ganymede. It was clean in terms of sound. I didn't hear surface noise. I think only on the fourth side I may have heard a little bit of tick in maybe a couple songs. But I have to say this, and I'm not going to say this very often, but I actually think this album sounds better on vinyl than the CD. I was pleasantly surprised, and it'll be getting a lot of spins on my turntable. So again, if you do not know about EchoVerse and you are a fan of prog rock, you like Genesis, you like Yes, you like Saga, you like The Tangent, any of these bands, the Flower Kings, you're going to love this album. Damascus, don't forget Damascus in the Christian Realm, who have that fantastic anthology that came out in Rocks. That was my number one pick for best reissue. That was a band from the 1980s. So if you're into prog, you got to check them out as well. So that's my album review. Like I said, 5 out of 5 stars. Desert Island disc for me. And now out on vinyl after a long wait. They were shipping them out in March. And it's great to have it on vinyl. It's great to listen to it. So again, EchoVerse, Whispers Between Worlds. If you haven't got a copy, if you can't quite afford the vinyl copy, you can still get the CD version on their Bandcamp site. But like I said, you're a prog rock fan, you got to get this album. It's fantastic. Get it now if you want a special vinyl variant before it sells out. Get it. But by all means, I would highly, highly recommend this album. So I hope you enjoyed this album review. And again, just leave some comments down below what you think. If you get the album and you give it a spin, give me some feedback on what you think. But again, this is an album I am so happy that I discovered in 2024 through the Kickstarter campaign. Fantastic discovery. It's great to have new music coming out that is this spectacular, and prog rock, no less. So I'm very excited about this band and looking forward to more music from them. So before I go, as always, I'm going to encourage you to follow the light that shines out in the darkness. God bless everyone.